Hamdi is the owner of Daddy's Event Enterprise, which offers top-tier event management service. Previously, Hamdi sent Form B for Income Tax Year of Assessment 2023 on 12 June 2021. However, on 31st August 2024, Form JA, during a desk audit, it was discovered that Hamdi had failed to report rental income of 24,000 ringgit Malaysia, resulting in additional assessment. Despite this, Hamdi intends to vacation abroad before paying his outstanding amount of additional tax. So, without further ado, let's go through the question.
The first question is, explain in brief two monthly tax deduction related offences committed by Hamdi as an employer. The first one is Hamdi did not follow the correct payment deadline. Hamdi must submit monthly tax deduction to Inland Revenue Board of Malaysia on or before 15 days of each calendar month in respect of tax in the preceding months. The second one is Hamdi did not remit the full amount deducted to Inland Revenue Board of Malaysia. The amount that should be paid to IRPM by Hamdi is RM1,018.20 for Zahidi and RM2,023.80 for Asri. But Hamdi underpaid IRPM by RM18.20 for Zahidi and RM23.80 for Asri, which is an offence.
Question 2. Discuss briefly how Hamdi can file an appeal for undeclared rental income for year assessment 2023. The first one is Hamdi must submit the notice of appeal, which is known as Form Q, with ground of appeal within 30 days after the serving of notice. The second one is Hamdi is required to submit 4 copies of Form Q for year assessment 2023 to IRPM branch that handling Hamdi's income tax file. You must know that Form Q must contain a detailed ground of appeal, issue to be trial, date and amount of tax payable as stated in notice of assessment, and a signature by taxpayer or authorized person. If the appeal is not made within 30 days from the deemed date of assessment, Hamdi may make a written application using Form N for an extension of time. This is the example of Form Q and Form N. Discuss briefly any possibilities regarding Hamdi's plan to travel abroad before paying his additional tax. Discuss briefly under Section 104 Recovery of Tax from persons leaving Malaysia. Voluntarily leave or attempt to leave Malaysia without paying all the tax will be guilty of an offence. According to these questions, Hamdi may not be allowed to travel abroad as he has not paid the additional tax arising from the rental income audit. To travel abroad, Hamdi must either settle the full amount, apply for a payment arrangement, or obtain clearance from RRBM before making any travel plans. And this is the effect if Hamdi fails to pay additional taxes to IRBM. RRBM can issue a travel restriction to Immigration Department of Malaysia. Hamdi will be stopped at the airport or immigration checkpoint and not allowed to leave Malaysia. If Hamdi fails to pay additional taxes, RRBM may impose a late payment penalty of 10% on the unpaid amount. If Hamdi still does not settle the tax within 60 days, a further penalty of 5% will be added, making the total amount of penalty equal to 15%. If the tax remains unpaid, IRBM may take legal action, including issuing a court summons, which can lead to further fines and legal costs.
In conclusion, MTD helps Malaysian government collect tax for employees through their employees. Employers must make sure to pay full amount of MTD on time to avoid any legal problem. Taxpayer must keep a proper record of all their income. including rental income, so that their tax can be calculated. It is
correctly.
also important to note that anyone who plans to leave Malaysia must settle all their outstanding tax with IRBM. This is to make sure that there are no unpaid tax and everything is handled properly.